What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gray Rabbit Finance. I'm your host Tyler, and today I'm going to be updating all the Ichimoku technical analysis for the major indices for the month of March 2024. Let's hop in. Okay guys, we're going to get started with the S&P 500. And so everything is on track according to what we talked about last month. But in terms of Ichimoku, this is still a bullish market on the monthly chart. Now we had price close above the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. We had a gold cross here on the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. We have the Chico span now above the candles. And we have the Elliott wave theory count suggesting that we're going to be going up on a wave 5 right now. So these are my drawings from the previous month's analysis. And we're pretty well on our way to hitting this first target here, which is at the 5,420 level. Now this is right in between the 1 and 1.272 Fibonacci extension levels. And so that's going to be our first target. So that's what I'm looking for now. And let's go to the weekly chart to get a little more detail. Okay guys, so here we are on the weekly chart. And as you can see, I have the Taito Suchi time periods just measured out. So from this previous high to this high, we had 25 bars. And so right now, we have extended past that time period. But this is telling me that we could be seeing in the short to medium term a bit of a correction. So I'm thinking when we get to the 1 Fibonacci extension level, we'll see some resistance and a pullback to the Tenkan-sen here, which is the blue line. Now, in terms of Ichimoku, I'm just going to clean this up. We broke out of the Kumo cloud, so we have 3 out of the 3 Senyoko Kyoten signals. So this is a bullish trend on the weekly time frame. Now we had the gold cross down here, and we had the Chico span come above the candles, and we broke through Senko span B, which is the thick white line. And now we have a very strong Kumo cloud structure here. We've got the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen both pointing up, and we also have Senko span A and Senko span B pointing up. We broke the previous resistance level here, which was 4,818 and 62 cents, and now this has become support. So guys, overall this is very bullish, and we can expect to at least reach this level here at the 1 Fibonacci extension, which is taken from this N wave here, and that's at the 5,219 level. Then our next target level would be the 1.272, which is 5,522. And now guys, if this is going to be a blow off top like I'm expecting, we can expect the market to top out anywhere between June 2024 and December 2024. And so I've got the first target here at this caret, and then the blow off top target would be up here at the top of this trend line, which you can see I have drawn in from these previous tops. This would be our topping target here, and this is showing me around December 30th, 2024. And that's around the 6,861 cent level. So quite a lot of room to move up, but I want to show you guys a tweet real quick, and this is going to be all about market breadth. And guys, just want to say thanks everybody for liking and subscribing. I just want to make a big announcement that in the next few months I'm going to be coming out with a new website. I'm going to be offering my trading strategies, my proprietary indicators, and some books that I've written on Ichimoku and trading psychology and my trading strategies. So that's all going to be available on the website. So make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you hit notification bell, because I'm going to be releasing all that information on the YouTube channel. Okay guys, now here was a tweet that I put out today, and I just want to walk you through this chart real quick. It's pretty simple. But the top 10% of stocks by size versus the entire stock market have now moved even closer to levels not seen since the 1929 crash. The market breadth between the top 10% versus the entire stock market shows us that any move higher will ultimately be unsustainable, as it is built on a shaky foundation. Market breadth is a warning to us that most stocks are not actually performing well, even though the index is rising. As breadth widens, it becomes obvious that eventually there will be blood in the streets. And now guys, this is from the Deutsche Bank, but just take a look at this chart. So here is back in 1929, right? And we're reaching that level right now in this since last year. So what this tells us is, guys, imagine having a building, right? And let's say that you have a building that's supposed to have 100 columns. You only take away 90 of those columns, and now the whole building's being held by 10 columns, right? This is a problem because ultimately, as more weight gets into the building and it fills up with more weight, those 10 columns are more likely to break than 100 columns would be. So we got to remember that this market has a shaky foundation now, and any move up beyond these levels is not going to be very sustained because the majority of stocks are actually underperforming. And so the market breadth is sort of an early indicator for us to see that there is an unhealthy market, and it's a red flag for us. And so guys, I just wanted to bring your attention to that because I thought it was interesting that all the price action and all my analysis has been leading me to think that we're in the same situation that we were in 1929. We have similar conditions, and this was just more evidence for that. If we go back to the chart, I am expecting this blow off top on this wave 5 up, but guys, from that point, we're pretty much picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. So we need to be careful. I would be taking profits into this last wave 5 at these levels, and I would start to look to protect yourself because, like we mentioned, the breadth of the market is very unstable, and this move should not be very long-lived. I think it's not sustainable, and we're going to see a major correction happening between June and January 2025. So that's what I've got so far. I'm going to keep monitoring this every month. And if you like this analysis, I really appreciate you liking and subscribing. It helps me and my family tremendously. And I just want to thank you guys for returning each month and supporting the channel. Now let's move on to the next one. Now guys, we talked about this chart last month. This is the ProShares Short SP 500. And so I'm using this chart to also help me with my timing of the S&P 500. So this is basically the inverse of the S&P 500. And if you want to get a short position onto the equities markets, you can buy this fund. Now, this is tracking exactly how we thought. We've got the Satoshi here. We had a 25 bar period from bottom to bottom. And now we've had a 22 bar period from this bottom to this bottom. So we're running the same course pretty much. And I've projected this period out 22 bars into the future, which puts us around May 2024, which is similar to the S&P 500 chart we just looked at. And then also to December 2024. So guys, this is matching up perfectly with the S&P 500 chart. Our first target would be down here at this $10 level, and then the next level after that could be down here at $9.29. So this is going to be a good chart to keep in mind. I'm not going to go into too much more detail on this, but just remember that we can look at the ticker is SH, but this is the ProShares Short, and we can look at this to also build evidence for the equities markets. So guys, like I mentioned, anytime between June 2024 to January 2025, these markets and this blow off top is going to be very overextended, and I am expecting a major correction from those levels. Okay guys, here's the Nasdaq 100 index on the monthly chart. And as you can see, quite the same story as the S&P 500. We had price close above the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. We've got a nice bullish Kumo cloud here, and we broke the resistance here at the 16,764 level, and now this has become support. Right now, let's see what else we got. We got Senko Span A and B both pointing up. We have Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen pointing up. So overall, guys, this is a very bullish looking chart. And I am expecting to hit this first target here, which is at the 1 Fibonacci extension. This level is 19,549. That would be our first target. And then our blow off target could be up here at 27,333, or a more conservative one could be the 1.618, which is at the 22,943. So guys, this also looking very bullish. We've got the gray rabbit gone line also bullish now, which is this thicker blue line. And yeah, we're looking bullish. Let's go to the weekly chart. Okay, so on the weekly chart, guys, I've got the Taito Suchi here. We had 14 bars from this top to bottom. Then I was expecting another 14 bars from this bottom to this top. So we've extended past that a bit. So I am expecting in the short to medium term a pullback to the Tenkan-sen. However, guys, this is a bullish looking chart too. I'm just going to clean it up real quick. We've got the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen all pointing up. We've got the Gray Rabbit Gan line pointing up and also bullish. We've got Senko Span A and B pointing up, and we have Chico Span above the candles pointing up. So overall, guys, this market is very bullish, and I'm expecting further upside heading into May 2024 is when I have this first target. And like I mentioned, equities are going to be shaky after that point this year. So expect a blow off top, and then expect a major correction. But yeah, that's what I've got for Nasdaq, and let's move on to the next. Okay guys, Nifty 500 index on the monthly. Overall, very good looking, bullish looking chart. Prices above the Tenkan and the Kijun-sen. We have the Tenkan-sen pointing up. The Kijun-sen starting to flatten out. So this, you can see the candles are getting smaller. So we're starting to lose a little bit of momentum on this move. So I am expecting a retracement back to at least the Tenkan-sen here. And so that would be, if you know, about a point. This would be the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. So I'm expecting that. But we do have Senko Span A pointing up, and we have Senko Span B flat. So, you know, overall, guys, this is a bullish market, a nice bullish Kumo cloud structure. And I am expecting further upside once we get a slight pullback in the markets. And my first target would be up here at the 1 Fibonacci extension level, which is 22,708. And that's based off of this N wave here. So you can see we had a nice impulse wave. We've had a consolidation, and then we broke up on another N wave. So this major N wave here would be what we base our targets off of. And that's what I'm looking for right now. So this is the next target right here. And now let's look at the weekly chart. Okay guys, so I've got the Taito Suchi in here. So from top to top, we had 61 bars. And then from this top to hopefully around this top, which we're very close to, this would be marking another top. We get a retracement back down to the Kijun-sen, which is the green line here. And that's right around the 0.38, the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. And that level is 18,051. And so then I would expect support from that level. And then we get our bounce back up to the target that I mentioned, 22,708. So overall, guys, very bullish Kumo cloud, very bullish on both the monthly and the weekly charts. And I am expecting further upside heading into 2025. Okay, guys, now we're on Bitcoin US dollar on the monthly chart. And now, guys, we had a really strong monthly candle here in February. And now we've opened the month up with this smaller candle here. So it looks like we've lost a bit of momentum so far. But, you know, this candle just opened. So we still have 29 days left for it to close. But, you know, last month's candle was gigantic. And we almost closed above the all-time high. Now, from my analysis last month, I was expecting the price to get resisted between the 0.618 and 0.786 Fibonacci retracement levels. And that's based off of this retracement here, right? We did exceed that, and we closed above the 0.786. So I've had to move my wave C target up. And so based on this Gan fan that I drew in, and based on Bitcoin's price action, I'm expecting that we at least are going to touch back here on. So the first idea is that we're at least going to retrace back to this Senko Span B, because this is a really long flat Senko Span B level. And you know, this is gonna, since it's flat, it's gonna act like a magnet for price. Now, let's see, I'm gonna put my drawings back on. So if we retrace back, that's gonna be all the way to this Gan, to the 3-to-1 Gan fan level or angle. And then we would be reaching the next level here, which is the 8-to-1, which is what we just broke out of if you draw the Gan fan in on the weekly. So I'm expecting at least price to reach back down to these $24,920 levels. And I'm expecting the altcoins to be rallying while Bitcoin is retracing back down. So they kind of have an inverse relationship to each other. And so I'm expecting retracement on Bitcoin and a pump in the altcoin markets, which I've noticed on a lot of charts, like BSV, XRP, and Doge. They have all broken out on their weekly time frame according to Ichimoku. So I'm just noticing that that's aligning with the idea of Bitcoin getting a nice pullback. And so overall, in terms of Ichimoku, we have the gold cross here, which we just got. We have the Chico span above the candles, and we have a bullish Kumo cloud twist. So, we have the three Senyoku Koten signals. However, this is still we have a lot of overlapping, twisting Kumo clouds here. So in my opinion, this is still a neutral market, and we're going to need price to close above the all-time high of 69,000 to confirm the next bull market. And we'll probably even we need an N wave close above this $69,000 level. Now, I'm still in the camp that we're going to get a retracement, and my conservative target is this level here. So this is the Senko span B, which is around 36,000. And you can see too that we have the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen are both flat. So when these lines are flat, that's attracting price back down to those levels. And the only way for these to turn pointing up would be to close above the all-time high. So we're going to need to keep our eye on this. But let's go to the weekly chart real quick for some more detail. Okay, guys. So on the weekly chart, this is a really nice, bullish trend here. We got Tenkan-sen pointing up, Kijun-sen pointing up, Senko span A and B pointing up. We've got the Chico span pointing up and above the candles. But one thing I want to mention is that this Kumo cloud, while it is bullish, is a little bit skinny. And usually the cloud becomes skinny when there's really sharp, impulsive, parabolic moves in the market. And so when you have a skinny cloud, skinny clouds are a little bit less trustworthy because they don't have as much steam in them. And so, here you can see this is a nice, thicker Kumo cloud structure here. And so that's, this is kind of what I'm talking about versus this thin cloud. And so guys, overall though, this is bullish, and we're going to need to wait and see if we can close above this resistance level here at 69,000. Now, here's the GAN fan that I drew in that we broke. And now let me just fix this up real quick. Okay, so you can see the 8-to-1 angle. So this is showing us that if we break this angle here, we're now in a bullish market. So this is a bullish market now. So depending on how we close this month, I'm gonna make my analysis based off of that. But we're gonna need to confirm this wave C on the Elliott wave theory down. We're gonna need to close back below this 8-to-1 angle here. So I'm gonna be looking for that this month. This is a very pivotal month for Bitcoin. So we could either see wave C or we could see the beginning of a new bull market. Now, until we get the close and price close above this level, I'm in the camp that we're going to get a retracement back down. So that's what I'm looking at now. This would be my downside target here, and that's $24,920. So keep an eye on that, guys. And as always, thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And now let's move on to the next pair. Okay guys, now we're going to look at BSV USD on the monthly. And now last month I was mentioning that there's a trial going on right now called Copa versus Wright, and this is happening in the UK. And we've had a whole month of the trial so far. I've been following it very loosely, but I have been checking the chart, and I did put a position on this pair around, let me show you guys. So I got in at the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. So I entered a trade here around between $65 and $70, if I remember. Yeah, around then. And I'm holding it still. And my first target is going to be up here. And this is at the Senko span B resistance. That's $250. And so overall, guys, this is a bearish Kumo cloud here on the monthly. Now, we did get a gold cross here with the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, and we have the gray rabbit GAN line, which is my proprietary indicator. This is now showing bullish, And we also have the Chico span now entering above the candles. So that's 2 out of the 3 Senyoku Koten signals, which are the Ichimoku bullish trend signals. And the next one will be to close above the Senko span B. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. And now let's take a look at the weekly chart. So guys, this is what first drew my attention to BSV. So when I first noticed this impulse wave up, we broke Senko span B, right? And so at that point we had the gold cross, we had the Chico span above the candles, and we broke Senko span B, which is this thick white line. Now we've had our retracement. I entered my position on this retracement, and we found support here on the Kijun-sen, which is the green line. We've built up some steam in this Kumo cloud, and now it looks like we're making a push to close above the resistance level here, which is at $112.16. Now, if we can close price above that level, this is going to confirm the N wave up. And this N wave, we have our Fibonacci extensions drawn in. And so the first target would be the 1 level, which is $161. The next level would be 1.272, and that's 186. And then, like I said, the next target after that would be $250, which is just below this flat Senko span B area up here. So there's plenty of room to run. Like I said, I think that this is one of the best trades that you can take this year, and I've put a pretty significant position in on this. So far so good. It looks like we found support, and it looks like we're going to get an N wave up. So I'm very positive that this is the beginning of a new trend here on the weekly chart, and I'm going to keep holding my position until we reach these higher levels. But yeah, guys, make sure you check out the case with Copaverse, right? There's a lot riding on this case, especially in relationship to Bitcoin Core, which is the BTC USD ticker, and this could affect the price of Bitcoin as well. So I'm gonna let you guys do your own research on that, and I'm gonna link a video in the description, so you can learn more about BSV. But until then, guys, just from a technical aspect, this is still very bullish, and this would be a great pair to look for a trade, in my opinion, based on this weekly time frame. Okay, guys, US oil on the monthly chart. And so on the monthly chart, I have drawn in all the Elliott waves here. So we had the ABC correction, and now we're on wave 1 because we just had a higher low here. So we had wave 1. Now I'm expecting wave 3, 4, and 5 up to this trend line here. Now, let's see what else we had. So I'm going to clean this up real quick. So let's go over the Ichimoku. So recently we had a death cross here. We have the Chico span tracing the candles. So we have 2 out of the 3 bearish Senyoku Gyokoten signals. And I'm expecting the Chico span to trace back up these candles. So guys, Chico span likes to trace up and down the candles. And so when we hit into the candles, typically it traces it back up. And since we found support here at the Senko span B, right? We've had support here. Now we have a higher low, and it looks like price is going to ride the Senko span A up the cloud, which is usually what happens. So I'm going to be looking for a close above this resistance level here. This is the $94.99 level to confirm this N wave up. And if we close below $64.41, then that's going to invalidate this idea. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get a pretty strong move up. And I'm expecting the price of oil to at least be around $99 per barrel by 2025 January. So that's what I'm expecting. Now let's go to the weekly chart real quick. Okay, guys. Now we can see some more detail. So I've got the Ganfan drawn in. Now you can see that this is the 1-to-1 angle, which is a 45-degree angle. And so when price is above this angle, that means it's bullish. And when it's below, it means that it's losing some of its bullish momentum. And so right now we're between the 2-to-1 angle and 3-to-1. So I'm waiting to see if we can, right now the market's just ranging, so let's clean it up. Let's zoom in a little bit. So we've got a ranging market here. Price closed above the Senko span B, which is the thick white line. However, we got overlapping and twisting Kumo clouds. So that just shows us that this is a neutral market right now on the weekly chart. We had this triple bottom, 1, 2, 3, supported on a major trend line, which we have drawn in, and also on the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. Now, we need to get a close above that $95 level. That's going to confirm this up. And like I said, we could just be consolidating until then. So we could just keep consolidating until we hit this angle here, the 3 to 1, and then we move up. And so it would still be the similar structure, but just in the future, like after the range a bit. But I'm expecting still by the end of the year, at least $100, at least $99 per barrel. So that's my target right now. We have the gray rabbit Gan line is bullish, and it looks like we're about to get another Kumo cloud twist. So we could get 3 out of the 3 Senko Koten signals. So that could be showing us that we get a new trend on the weekly. And ultimately, the target up here would be around $179 per barrel. So that's pretty high. But I am in the mentality that we're on the precipice of a new commodities bull market. And that's just because of all the inflation and QE that's happening. And I'm expecting QE to be happening again, quite aggressively once these markets collapse a bit, like we're talking about. But I might have to do a separate video on that because that's a lot of detail to go into. But overall, guys, by January 2025, I'm expecting oil to be around $100 per barrel. Okay, guys, gold, US dollar on the monthly chart. Now, we've had a nice close and support here on the Tenkan-sen, which is the blue line. However, we got Tenkan-sen flat, Kijun-sen flat, Senko span A and B are both flat. However, it looks like Senko span B is kind of starting to point up a little bit. So that's interesting. We got the gray rabbit Gan line, which is now flashing us that is bullish. We've had a nice Kumo cloud structure here, a nice base form from this consolidation period. We had a triple top. We broke above the triple top almost, and then we had a retest down here on the Tenkan-sen. And now this looks like it's going to be an N wave up. So guys, I'm expecting this to break out. This is looking really, really positive for gold. I don't think this is going to be a quadruple top. And let me show you my drawings real quick. So we called out the retracement last month. We found nice support here. And now if we can close above these resistance levels, so the first one is $2,081.82. And then if we can close above $2,146.79, that's going to confirm this N wave up, and this bull market is going to start blasting off. Now let's go to the weekly chart. Okay, guys. So on the weekly chart, let's clean this up. Let's look at the Ichimoku. So on the weekly chart, we've got price above the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, right? We've got a nice strong candle here that's been we're right now price is 2082. We've got the gray rabbit Gan line bullish, and now so we're waiting for the break of this resistance level, and that's going to turn all the Ichimoku indicators bullish. So I'm expecting that to happen soon, and I've got a Fibonacci extension drawn on, and I've got my next target here, which is going to be $2,307. That's going to be a 1 Fibonacci extension. And I got that reaching around July 2024. So guys, I think the gold market is sniffing out that the Fed is going to do more QE. And I think that people, most people only hold their wealth in 60-40 portfolios. And I think that now, in terms of the market breadth, like we talked about earlier, the terms of that equities might be shaky in the future, I think people are going to be looking, and especially fund managers are going to be looking to diversify and get something to protect themselves against uncertainty. We have a lot of geopolitical risk. We've got the Ukraine war. We've got NATO trying to escalate. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking for safe haven assets. And I think you can already see that reflected in this chart. So just from a fundamental standpoint, it makes sense that gold's about to be breaking out to new all-time highs. And technically, it's showing us that it's ready to. So like I said, we've got 3 out of the 3 bullish Senyoku Kyoten signals. We have a nice structure forming here. We just need to close above resistance. And yeah, we had the retracement down to the 0.5 retracement level, and that held. Looks like we got nice support there. So overall, guys, I'm expecting this to break to the upside, and the first target will be reaching around July 2024. And this could also be when the stock market when the blow off top is starting to peak. So like we said, equities could be peaking anytime between May and January 2025. And right now my first topping target is June 2024 for equities. And so that could be correlating to this breakout in gold also. So that's what I'm looking at, 2,307, July 2024. Now guys, I just wanted to go over a little bit of news for the gold chart. This is a tweet I found from Tavi Costa. I'm a huge fan of this guy. But he says, "Gotta love gold decisively making new highs completely off the radar. The train is leaving the station and overwhelming skepticism is about to morph into a major opportunity. Mining stocks still at distressed valuations are yet to reflect these changes." Now guys, like we've been seeing in the charts and I've been calling out the past months, I do believe we're on the precipice of a new precious metal bull market. And now I just want to click on this chart and show you guys some of the reasons why Tavi thinks we're going to reach this point. So he thinks we're entering the third gold cycle, and these are the reasons why. Falling gold production, central banks accumulating gold, government debt at historical levels, unsustainably high fiscal deficits, gold to S&P 500 near all-time lows, G7 economies entering a manufacturing revitalization era, rising deglobalization trends, the onset of inflationary regime, 60-40 portfolios looking for safe haven alternatives, lack of new gold discoveries, ultra capital conservatism by major miners, a trifecta of macro imbalances, debt problem of the 1940s, inflationary issues of the 1970s, asset valuation imbalances of the 1920s and 1990s. So guys, we talked about that, the 1920s, the breadth of the stock market, we went over that already. But yeah, these are all great points, and I just wanted to show you this. This was a chart from Tavi Costa, the history of gold cycles. So very interesting, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay guys, last but not least, we got silver, US dollar on the monthly chart. And so on the monthly chart, we had a gold cross. We have the Chico span tracing the candles right now. And we had recent support on the trend line down here. So let me turn that on. So we had that supported down here, and the Senko span B. However, we got Senko span A and B both flat, and the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen are both flat. Now let's go take a look at the weekly market. So here's the weekly chart. Now guys, right now we're inside the Kumo cloud. So this is just a neutral market. This has just been consolidating and ranging. We have the Chico span just tracing the candles. We have the gray rabbit Gann line turning blue and orange back and forth. We have overlapping and twisting Kumo clouds. So right now, this is a neutral market. However, we do have bullish divergence here. And so I am expecting silver, much like gold, to be breaking to the upside. I do think gold will break out first, and I think that silver will follow. And I think silver will be much more volatile and explosive. Now, we have, like I said, ranging market. The Kumo cloud's flat, and it looks like we're about to get a bearish Kumo cloud twist. So we need price to close above the $30 level, which is up here. Hold on, let me draw that. I thought I had that drawn in. Sorry, guys. We need price to close above this $30.11 level to confirm the breakout. Now, I drew in this Gann fan here, and you can see that price has been, let me just adjust this. So price has been really respecting this 2-to-1 angle. So you see all these wicks. This has been a pretty strong support level. But I am expecting that since we're about to get a bearish cloud twist, that we could break down and just retest this 3-to-1 level real quick. before bouncing back up. So I'm looking to, and this would be a really good place to put a trade on. So I'm looking for this area here because we're right on this major trend line here. So we got 1, 2, and then we get a third bounce off of this line. I think that would be a great entry because overall this is really bullish. And like I've shown you guys in the past, this is a cup and handle and could be explosive once we break out of this $30 level. So the next target would be around $50. So overall, I'm very bullish on silver, and that's my plan so far. I'm going to look to put a trade on around this carat level. And I'm expecting to hit around May, around that time. And this is around, let's see, I got this around $21. So this is going to be around $20.69 to $21.30. So look for that area. This could be a great entry. And overall, yeah, the new bull market for precious metals is going to be starting soon. Gold first, and then I think silver next. And we're going to be confirming that with Ichimoku. So I'll be confirming this on the lower time frames. And once I start entering trades, I'm going to be making videos about that. So keep tuned for that, guys. But overall, I hope you found this analysis useful. And guys, just want to say thanks everybody for liking and subscribing. I just want to make a big announcement that in the next few months, I'm going to be coming out with a new website. I'm going to be offering my trading strategies, my proprietary indicators, and some books that I've written on Ichimoku and trading psychology and my trading strategies. So that's all going to be available on the website. So make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you hit notification bell because I'm going to be releasing all that information on the YouTube channel. So keep your eyes posted for that. And thanks again for joining me today. And until next month, guys, peace.